Okay, so we need to strengthen the argument. So our first step is going to be to figure out what that argument is. The park ranger says that pollution levels have risen and things are contaminated. The conclusion, and if the word therefore or thus or whatever isn't in the passage, you can still tell which one is the conclusion usually by inserting whichever sentence makes the most sense with the word thus or therefore in front of it is the conclusion. Now granted, this argument only has two sentences, which makes it pretty easy. So clearly it's thus new legislation is needed to further regulate the processing and distribution of wild animal meat. So to support this, we need something that either restates the conclusion or provides additional evidence that that wild animals wild game animals have been dangerously contaminated. We need to support this idea that there is danger, and that's why legislation is needed. So where do we get danger? A says habitat destruction is a threat to wild game more than hunting. Well, that's not danger to people. B says game meat is lower in bad stuff than commercially raised animals. That's not danger. C, purchased game meat is the primary source of animal protein for a significant number of people. Well, if these actually are, if more game animals are dangerously contaminated, having a lot of people buying game meat does represent a danger to a lot of people. We'll keep looking. D says there's been a steady wild animal population. There's no danger. And in E, getting the appropriate legislation, the new legislation, would be lengthy and expensive. If time and money are not part of the original argument, time and money will not be part of the right answer, and this is a really common GMAT trap, so it's not going to be E either. This tells us that this contaminated game meat could be going to a lot of people. There's danger, and this supports the idea that legislation is needed. Choice C.